Right. Welcome everybody. Got a couple of people that should be joining us here very soon. Um, welcome back. This is our official 11th meeting. We're almost up to 3 months officially. The channel panel, the Council of One channeling group. Hooty hoo! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Congratulations, everyone, for flowing with us this far. Um, love what each of you are discovering inside of yourself and invite you to trust that there are deeper levels yet. Invite you to trust that there are deeper levels yet. Coretta and Kristen, what's up? and so yeah, welcome back. We had an awesome session last week. I do think that I think all of us got in ways that were really strange and interesting. That might happen again tonight. Be ready and willing for that. We're gonna up level this game that we're playing. Um, and as always, we're gonna start by going around the circle. Tell us your name, where you're calling from, and then tell us anything you can that you experienced this week, especially if you had a particular experience with your spa. That was your homework, was to explore the nature of how you can make yourself feel good in multiple dimensions, or anything else that feels important to you to share. You're welcome to share with us. And let's get it started. Can you start for us, Marvelous?
Hello, everyone. Marvelous, aka Marvelous, over here from Maryland. The week has been quiet. Um, I've been going into my sacred space, but all of a sudden there's somebody walking with me, so I find that it feels peaceful. But today I just kind of got curious as to why is somebody walking me, versus all this time I've been walking by myself. So I'm just trying to figure that out. I'm just curious. But the healing table at my space remains the healing table. I didn't get on it, but I did visit my spot, and I realized that the rocking chair I mentioned last week, that my grandmother is definitely, and she's giving me an energetic hug. She's definitely my counsel, and so she gets a seat at my council. So that's what's been going on. Thanks.
I love that. Before you turn it off, tell me, is there a reason why you didn't get on the table?
Um, I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't even think about it. I just didn't.
Okay. Are you willing to get on the table right now?
On the spot again. Okay.
Close your eyes.
All right then, let's get on the table.
Close your eyes and go to your sacred space. Find that room. Get on that table and allow the table to do what it does for you. Allow the table to show you what it's there for. And I just want you to give it a second to do its thing. Listen to this table. Feel this table. Allow it to speak to you. Trust that you speak its language. Thank you. Every single thing in this space can feed you in ways you cannot imagine, but you have to open yourself. You have to ask. You have to listen. That table is pure magic. Mm. Thank you, table. Thank you, table. Tell us what you felt, what you saw.
It's like I ran into the room instead of walking to my secret space, like I was in a hurry. Um, the table is it's a flat surface. It's just a table, like a dining room table, but it's bigger. And I laid on it, and it just kind of allowed me to kind of blend in, like it swallowed my body. Like I just,
Mm.
it was absorbing me, and there was a golden light, and just peaceful, very peaceful.
Mm. Thank you. It was awesome to watch you sink into it.
Thank you.
Mhm. Awesome. Um, Kristen, can you go next? Tell us anything you can about your week, especially if you did anything with your spa.
Well, this was Lionsgate Portal week, and this was very intense energy. Um, so I did the assignment earlier this week, and I have a group of spiritual surgeons who work with me when I lay on my table. It's the same table that I've had a tiger come visit me on. And I also have a group of guides around me that um, they beam their heart energy at me and I beam mine back at them. And it's kind of a give and take, like a symbiotic flow of energy. Um, and then I have this cool thing. It's like a hoverboard. So you stand on it and it aligns your chakras. And the thing
Nice.
goes whoop, whoop. Really cool. Um, so I played with those a little bit. Um, but what they said is that you can use these tools, but right now you're in the midst of such great transformation. Now is not the time to fully activate and utilize these tools.
Mm.
Um, and I've also been working with the Lionsgate energy, Sirius, the spiritual sun aspect. And every time I connect with the spiritual sun, Sirius, I get such deep pressure in my third eye. It opens up like this, and I get a massive amounts of light coming in. So I've been asking to work with the wisdom of the spiritual sun. And that has been profound. I do have another share. I did record myself during the week. I have not yet transcribed it. I would like SaTek to review it first, given the nature and the context of it, before I share it with the group. It's very deep personal things that I've been experiencing, but it's also some taboo subjects as well. So I just want
Mhm.
to get your blessing before I share it with the group.
Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations for continuing to record. That's a win. And take the time, the energy to transcribe because there's something really important that happens in the transmission when we take the time to transcribe it. And I'm happy to help make sure it's, fit the it fits the context of this group. So I look forward to it. Thank you. Um, Bridget, tell us anything you can about your week and your practice.
Well, it's been very busy and I've been doing really well considering my husband was feeling a lot of dragging energy. And I didn't actually feel that till today. So I've been doing my healing vibrational rainbow shower. And my pain is getting less and less each day. Every day is a better day and I'm getting more movement out of my left leg. So that's a blessing. So it's been really great. I went on to the I don't know if you noticed, but I did the Love Yourself live thing. I haven't posted my, oh, I did post something after that. So there's, I think I posted for the 2 exercises and then you gave more assignments after that I haven't done yet, but
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I haven't been on the site at all this week. I've been crazy busy, but I'll get back on there and I'll give you some more feedback. Thank you very much for telling me that. Love it, love it, and I love the difference you're seeing in your pain. That's what they call the rubber meeting the road, right there. That's the proof in the pudding.
No, it's been huge. And just so you know, there's a whole bunch of I've been all my recordings. I'm recording, and most of them are on, but I put them all in the group so everyone can see them. It's not in the, I made it available into the community.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'll get back into it and give you some feedback. Thank you so much. Heather, tell us anything you can about your practice, your journey this week.
This week I guess I was a little bit busier this week as well. But also I think this week I realized I had some resistance to the assignment to feel good, and I don't know why yet. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but I did recognize that there is some resistance to feeling good,
Mm.
and I don't know why. But yeah, even the practices that I did, so I kept procrastinating getting myself to actually practice this week, which normally I'm really quite consistent with practice, but this week I struggled to get myself to practice. I postponed it, and then when I did, I didn't really let myself really feel much of anything about it.
Mm.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not quite sure yet.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I love the clarity with which you're seeing your process. Thank you. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I don't think you're the only person that resists creating a state of pleasure or peace for yourself. I don't think you're the only one that does that. Thank you. Emmy, can you tell us anything you can about your practice this past week?
Hello. Well, my week, I don't even know how it went. It went by in the blink of an eye. Oh gosh, I've just been practicing going into my sacred space and just walking around, and I have been seeing things expand and grow little by little. There was one bike there before. Now I saw two today.
Hmm.
I'm just trying to really get in touch with it. And I don't know if I was hearing something the other day. I was just kind of casually talking to my higher self. I was like, if I could get, some guidance, um, just like a little prayer or whatever you want to call it. And I swear I heard my daughter, like she was right in my ear, but she was all the way on the other side of the house. So I'm not sure what that was about. I mean, it could have been anything. I don't know, but I've just been trying to do more than try, but I've been doing more at nighttime, even if it's 5 minutes before, because I've been so exhausted. But yeah, I'm just trying to build it all and see where it goes from there.
Awesome. Every minute you give yourself is a blessing. Every minute you give yourself is a blessing. Zori, what's up? I'm glad you made it, bro. How you feeling?
Oh man, I've been getting my ass kicked for quite some time, but I'm thugging it out. I'm trying to, saying keep pressing forward. My health has been something that I've always had like struggles with. I was born with certain things, and they, continue to burden me for the bit of my life. This year has just been a really tough year for me as far as just finding the last couple of years. To be honest with you, ever since I've been sober, I've been having just different complications with my body, and it's just this week has been really hard for me, man. I was like tired this week, and that's not something I usually feel. Um, just trying to juggle, parenthood is just I'm just in the ring right now, and I'm having some heavy bouts, and I'm I'm in a season like where I just have to keep reminding myself that I can get through it, and just to maintain. I'm struggling as far as just being battled at all levels, mentally, physically, spiritually. Um, just trying to find time for myself to keep up with everything that's going on and still meditate, still do what I do, still be there as a father, still be there as a husband, and just try to be excellent in all quadrants of life. I feel like it's been a very hard thing for me to handle in the last couple of months as things have just been, vamped up. I'm just feeling a pool of struggle, and I'm just having a hard time right now, man. I don't know how to like I love holistic practices and doing things in a holistic manner, but I don't know what's going on with my stomach. And it's been my digestive system has been a struggle for me my whole life. Just not being able to digest my food, not being able to like fully swallow my food this year, um, things getting stuck in my throat, not eating to try and figure it out, doing a lot of fasting. Just I'm going through it, man. You know what I mean? I'm going through it. Even as I go through it, things are still opportunities are happening, things are still happening in a positive direction. But I'm struggling. And I've been struggling for quite some time. It's just trying to juggle everything and give everything its proper time, and just not really having enough time for myself, and just being such a giver. And but I need to figure out a way where I can just get back to giving myself more time, not being able to meditate as much, not being able to do my spiritual practices as much. So I didn't get a chance to watch the video this week, so I don't really know what the practice was last week. I'm just on the go, and it's not much time that I have for myself. I'm losing sleep. I'm I'm in the midst of it. You know what I mean? I'm in the midst of a struggle right now, and my head hurts right now. My stomach's not feeling well. Something I don't know if I'm being able to like I said, my digestive system. I feel something in my throat right now. So it's just all types of things that are going on with me physically. It was Lionsgate, so I was trying to keep myself very, very positive, and just keep fighting with my affirmations, and just keep fighting with my energy. But I can tell that there's a certain pull on my energy, and has been my whole life, to keep me to get me to quit. But I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna keep pres- per, persever, pers- persevering through the struggle, and to keep on finding that win. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't in the midst of a big fight right now, and I wasn't like really going through it, just trying to find out how I'm going to get through the next day, energy wise, and just find everything that I need to do, just to maintain everything that I have. All the different demands that are on over my head, and the different responsibilities I have as a man. So I'm in the midst of it, man, and I'm just finding ways to get through day by day, and that's all I can really say is it's a daily fight for me to just be my healthiest self, and just like be here and be present, because there are a lot of things that are going on internally that I have been battling, and I'm trying to get a hold of everything, and just still be healthy in the same tone. So I'm battling, man. I'm battling, but I'm glad to be here. I'm glad I missed you guys last week. I've been missing you guys, and I just want to be I just wanted to be here. You know what I'm saying? Just give myself a chance to get away for a second and have some kind of solace without, thinking about what's going on, what I have to do tomorrow. But it just seems like as soon as I wake up, the day is ending, and it feels like I haven't even got a chance to. By the time the day is over, I haven't gotten a chance to like really do everything that I need to do because there's a lot that I need to do. So I feel like I need to take some things off my plate and just ground myself for a little second and just come back to some more balance because I feel off balance right now. So, but yeah, that's how I feel.
Awesome, brother. Thank you for the depth. Thank you for the depth. Thank you for the vulnerability of that. And I knew we were going to be reassembling our Council of Councils tonight, but I didn't understand exactly why. And now I do. Now I do. We're gonna put you in the center of the Council of Councils and do some energy work on you if you're willing to receive it. We're gonna do some energy work on you tonight. And before we continue, I want Marvelous and Kristen to both close your eyes. And I want Marvelous to go first. And I want you to just share anything. You have to unmute yourself, Marvelous. I want you to share anything that feels important to share back to Zori right now. Eyes closed. Just share anything that feels important back on that one.
As I walk through the valley of despair, in this moment, the storm finds me. In this storm where I see all the power that I be. In this storm where I am the lightning and the rain, I'm the mud, I'm the rain. In this rain, I can see I'm the forecast of my D. In this power where I be, I proclaim my destiny.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you. Kristen, please share anything that feels important to you to share with Zori.
This is a test. This is showing you your boundaries. And are you willing to stay within the confines of these boundaries, or are you ready to break free of them? There is so much here, brother. We are testing you. We are bringing more light to you through this divine time of activation and transformation, known as Lionsgate Portal. For it is also casting darker shadows. I invite you to continue to sit with this energy as the portal is still open for a few more days. There is so much love on the other side. We are in support of you and your remarkable journey. Continue to go deeper. Continue on this path. You are almost there.
Thank you.
So Marvelous and I started toning at the same time. That was really cool.
No. Yeah.
Uh,
My eyes were closed. I didn't notice you were.
I am hot and hot. I don't know what is going on right now. Whew.
Thank you.
Hands on for me.
Thank you, ladies. So we want to remind you that you have defined much of your existence through resistance, and you have processed this resistance through your stomach as much as any other part of your system. As you do this deeper work, as you do this multi-dimensional work, it is pulling your karma, your beliefs to the surface so that you have the option to face them, to release them, to let go of these patterns, to let go of these fears, to let go of these sensitivities. Do not falter in your dedication or your discipline. You know what you are doing is making a difference. Any feedback for any of those, Zori?
Just thank you. Thank you for right now. I felt everything. Um, everything. Everything just rings true. Everything rings true. I mean, I appreciate that. I do. I'm just processing it right now. You know what I mean? And allowing things to flow. Um, I'm having trouble, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm having trouble. And I wish I could be strong for you guys right now, but I just don't have the strength, man. I just don't have it. I just don't have it right now. And I'm just wish I did have it, man. This isn't how I usually feel. And I just I don't want to feel like this forever. And I don't like to work, especially that in these really energetic times. But and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about myself and my health, man. I've been fighting my whole life to just live. And I'm I just want to be okay, man. I just want to be okay. I just want to eat a meal, not have a stomach ache. I just want to be able to not have these headaches and migraines. I've been suffering my whole life. And I don't know if this is just a part of it, if this is just what's going to be, but I'm tired. I'm tired and it's weighing down on me. And I just want to be okay because I still have so much more that I want to do and experience. So I'm just trying to process it all and just trying to figure out what's the next step. But I don't know right now. So, and I haven't been able to give the time to sit within myself. So I just need to sit within myself and speak with my guides so that I can so that things can become clear for me as far as my health goes. And I just thank you guys. I just thank you guys.
Zori, have you tried herb teas like slippery elm, marshmallow root, and peppermint tea? I mix them all together and it's really helped my acid reflux go away and at least give your guts a break to give you some reprieve so you can heal.
I was trying the peppermint, but it seemed like it was doing more harm. And I read that it might do more harm, but I haven't tried.
Try the other.
I haven't tried the other thing. What did you say? The marshmallow?
The marshmallow root and slippery elm. Just make sure they're organic.
Okay.
Really appreciate the vulnerability, brother. And you don't have to be strong for us, bro. You're always strong. So you get to, have an off day. You get to feel your own pain sometimes. And I appreciate the vulnerability because we're gonna get to work on you. And if you hadn't, like, you were strong just for showing up, bro. You could have used this as an excuse to not show up, and then we wouldn't have known that you needed support, that you needed the work. So, congratulations on that. And I really appreciate the vulnerability because without that, we wouldn't have known how much you're hurting. And if you're open to what we can share, I bet you, I bet you, it has an effect on your experience of your body and your energy. And getting back into your practice, I know will affect your process and your energy. Thank you, Marvelous and Kristen, for the Reiki y'all were slinging there, and we're gonna work on you tonight, bud. Just hang on with us. We're gonna work on you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Coretta, can you tell us anything you can about your practice this week?
Hi guys. My voice is a little hoarse. I had a really last few days have been a lot of fun. And so I kind of lost my voice. My cousin made 60 and we threw him a surprise picnic yesterday and the whole family showed up. It was so much love, y'all. I have my knee issues, but I was floating around like a butterfly and a bee, whatever you want to call it. And the night before we went dancing, we took him out dancing because it was a surprise, but he wanted to go out. He didn't know we had a surprise the next day. So it was just a lot of great positive energy. Since I've been working with you guys, I've noticed, especially this week, I have been, I don't want to call it prophesizing, but I have been talking to people that I don't know. And that was one of the things I asked my guides for was confidence, to give me my confidence back like I used to have. And it has been amazing. Like I couldn't even believe it myself. After I get through talking, I'd be like, what the hell was that? And it has been, oh my goodness. And so I'm very thankful for that. Today I was reminded that they used to call me Oprah, and she's one of my guides. You guys, I don't know if y'all remember me saying that. And not just all of her, but just when I used to, the beginning of her, when I watched her when I was younger, and how strong she was and what she became, is why I picked her. She has a lot of strength. And so I was very tickled when someone told me that from my past. And I was like, oh my God, they did. And so, Zori, Zori. I was so hoping we were gonna come on. And when you were just speaking, when you first started talking, baby, I just saw Superman, a black one though. It was awesome. And then I saw mountains and they actually were moving across my face, just going across like the ups and the downs. That's what you're going through, the ups and the downs right now, mountains everywhere. And then I saw this black warrior and he was just crying out. And he was crying. It was you, but you were in warrior form. Just cry out for your help. We're here for you. I love this group, you guys. And I tell everybody about it. I feel like I found my people. So we're your people. We're here to help you, and we're gonna love on you because I just started realizing my vibrations and the high frequency that I'm getting, and it makes such a difference in my life. Just being on this level and not being down like I was. So we're gonna lift you up and everybody else in this group and make sure all of our frequencies get high enough that he won't feel all that pain because you don't deserve it and it's gonna go away. It's coming. Your breakthrough is coming. It's coming, baby. It's coming. I feel it. And that's it.
Amen. Thank you, sister. I love you prophesying. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Mm.
All right, everybody. Amazing, amazing start. This is why we're here. This is why we're here, y'all. Um, Congratulations for making it this far with us. I'm so proud of where everybody is in their journey. I hope you're all proud of yourselves. And we got a lot more to come, y'all. We got a lot more to come. There's a lot more skills that are going to be on the table, and you're all invited to take part in them at whatever level you can. Once again, don't let this journey give you a reason to stress out or be frustrated or get down on yourself. Just accept the invitation at whatever level you can and join us wherever you can. You guys can see everybody here is ready and willing to accept everybody wherever they're at on the journey. And I hope some people here were inspired by the depth of vulnerability that Zori shared tonight, especially when y'all see what we're going to do to him, especially when y'all see the result of that. This is what we're here for, y'all. This is what we're here for. And I knew we were going to assemble the Council of Councils, but I didn't know why. And this is the perfect reason right here. So, booyah. All that being said, what I want to do is we're going to get into this. We're going to get back into this concept guidebook. And although we've already talked about free will, right? That's the first of the three distortions of oneness, of truth. Although we've talked about free will, what jumped out at me today was this passage on will itself. Will itself, especially willpower. Willpower. And so I want to read this to y'all, and I don't know how much I'm going to read because it's several pages. It's more than they usually talk about, and it's because this is a pretty important topic. And I usually ask you all to close your eyes. I let you know, like, you can take notes if you want to. I'm going to encourage you to take notes if you want to on this one. But do keep your eyes closed if you're not taking notes, because you'll just receive it deeper. I'm going to let this go as deep as it needs to. Not sure how many pages, but when we come out, we're gonna revisit some old skills, and then we're gonna use those old skills in new ways tonight. All right. So once again, we're doing the concept guide, the Raw Contact resource series, and we're doing will if you're following along with us, which is page 351. This is distinct from the subject of free will, which is your ability to choose, your ability to separate yourself. This is will itself. And I will tell you when it's raw, and there is a lot of raw in this passage. Will. Inferences are needed to define the will, as there is little in the way of explicit definition. That caveat aside, will is the faculty and power within each mind-body-spirit complex to direct, orient, and author their return journey to the one infinite creator. I'm going to say that again. Will is the faculty and power within each mind-body-spirit complex to direct, orient, and author their return journey to the one infinite creator. With the will awakened, carefully directed, and exercised in conjunction with faith, the entity may use catalysts to know itself, to accept itself, to polarize, and to become the creator. Never one to overstate anything, Ra said of this particular power. Your faculty of will is that which is powerful within you as co-creator. You cannot ascribe to this faculty too much importance. Thus it must be carefully used and directed in service to others for those upon the positively oriented path. The will of the entity as it evolves is the single measure of the rate and fastidiousness of the activation and balancing of the various energy centers. The will is a vital key to the evolution of the mind-body-spirit complex. The will is the great conduit to the creator. Quo echoes this. The human desire has the strongest and highest electricity, metaphysically speaking, which is available upon planet Earth in the third density at this time. Thus the will, the heart, and the soul of humankind is far more powerful than any problem, any disease, or any natural phenomenon. When desire has been disciplined and focused, it is the most powerful force in creation. It is that energy that moves the mountain. It is that energy that creates miracles. And it becomes more and more closely allied with those mysterious words of faith and will. Will is called by Ra pure desire, and is frequently used synonymously and even interchangeably with desire. These are not just energies of third density entities. However, the universe is saturated with will and desire. These qualities so thoroughly permeate everything because they are present at the cosmological conception of creation. Everything arises out of the first impulse of the infinity's will or desire. The most primal energies are perhaps those agents responsible for seeding and birthing the creation itself. Strengthening the will. Cultivating desire itself is a powerful way of developing the will. Desire is an energy that wants, that moves, that seeks its fulfillment, whether in the desire to reach or the desire to be reached. The strength of any given desire will channel the will to fulfill itself and achieve its intended aim. This is why desire must be carefully, consciously cultivated and aimed towards serving others and seeking the one for those upon the positive path. As with muscles in the body, will is a faculty that is strengthened by repeatedly using and invoking it. As with muscles in the body, will is a faculty that is strengthened by repeatedly using and invoking it through breath work, through meditation, through visions, through exercises. Following is one example of the way in which Carla, she's the woman that channeled Ra, strengthened her will by attempting to exceed her limitations. probably not too dissimilarly from the way one increases bodily strength by resistance training or by stretching one's endurance. This is Ra speaking. The instrument has the propensity for attempting to exceed its limits. If one considers the metaphysical or time/space aspect of an incarnation, this is a fortunate and efficient use of catalyst, as the will is constantly being strengthened. And further, if the limitations are exceeded in the service of others, the polarization is also most efficient. To use and strengthen the will, one must focus it. When speaking of the possibility of reprogramming during the course of incarnation, Ra says, there is but one technique for this growing or nurturing of will and faith, and that is the focusing of attention. There is but one technique for this growing or nurturing of will and faith, and that is the focusing of the attention. The will may be focused at any object or goal, they say, but it is concentration, the desire for concentration, that collects the will's power to be directed towards the chosen aim. To continue the excerpt above, this is back to Ra. The attention span of those you call children is considered short. The spiritual attention span of most of your peoples is that of the child. Thus it is a matter of wishing to become able to collect one's attention and hold it upon the desired programming. This, when continued, strengthens the will. The entire activity can only occur when there exists faith that an outcome of this discipline is possible. I'm going to read this one again, y'all. The attention span of those you call children is considered short. The spiritual attention span of most of your people is that of the child. Thus, it is a matter of wishing to become able to collect one's attention and hold it upon the desired programming. This, when continued, strengthens the will. The entire activity can only occur when there exists faith that an outcome of this discipline is possible. This may be why meditation and related activities of concentration are will strengthening activities. In meditation, one can seek to consciously focus and stabilize the attention upon a single point. It is thus a practicing of pure will by bringing the power of the will under the direction of the conscious mind. On the positive path, this is done not for self-domination, but with the heart opened in the steady, balanced, witnessing awareness of equanimity. Ra notes the necessity of developing the will in order to successfully advance along the chosen path of evolution. This is Ra speaking again. There is resistance at the edge, shall we say, of each density. The faculty of faith or will needs to be understood, nourished, and developed in order to have an entity which seeks past the boundary of third density. Those entities which do not do their homework, be they ever so amiable, shall not cross. The questioner says, is there any reason for some portions being much more efficient in learning? Ra says, is there any reason for some to learn more quickly than others? Look, if you wish, to the function of the will. The, shall we say, attraction to the upward spiraling line of light. The more that the will is exercised over time in a consistent and conscious way, the more it reflects discipline and activity necessary for the path of the adept. However, it is to be noted that, like electricity, will is a conduit of power. Will is a conduit of power. Will is a conduit of power, and Ra advocates strongly for its careful use and direction. Ra says, your faculty of will is that which is powerful within you as co-creator. You cannot ascribe to this faculty too much importance. Thus it must be carefully used and directed in service to others, for those upon the positively oriented path. There is great danger in the use of the will as the personality becomes stronger, for it may be used even subconsciously in ways reducing the polarity of the entity. It's saying that our will can be used against us. There is much that one can unpack here, starting with the personality becoming stronger. To polarize, an entity must consciously exercise its will and faith. Thus the self literally grows more powerful, able to embody and channel love light, as it recognizes and taps its own capacity. This happens in tandem with the raising of the locus northward through the chakras, a process also known as the movement of Kundalini. This raising of the locus, or unblocking of energy, brings more upward spiral energy into the system. This energy, or power, may be called upon and directed towards any goal or any object. Who or what, then, is doing that calling and directing? Within each self is a composite of energies, memories, and voices. Each energy center, each desire, each portion of the being may call upon the power available to the self. So if the entity lacks self-awareness and self-acceptance in particular areas, those unintegrated voices within the self, shall we say, hijack the will for their own purposes. As an example, if someone lacks forgiveness, they may harm others with expressions of unconscious resentment as they grow in power. Sometimes unconscious use of the will is depolarizing, but it can also be self-sabotaging. Ra describes the subconscious will of Carla, the instrument, being utterly dedicated to serving the Creator. Carla's dedication, when not balanced with wisdom and discernment, invoked and used the will in ways which were deleterious to her and to the longevity of the contact. So her dedication without balance was wearing her body out. Did you hear that, Zori? Her dedication was unbalanced and it was wearing her body out. She had deep healing issues too. She had deep health issues. She had fibromyalgia like me. She had issues with digestion like me and you. In Carla's case, her tendency towards martyrdom, unwise use of will, was at least in part fueled by her own difficulties with self worth. Dear God. This may be why Ra couples the use of will with acceptance and forgiveness of self. Ra says acceptance of self, forgiveness of self, and the direction of the will. This is the path towards the disciplined personality. The process that leads to an integrated self is captured magnificently in 18.5. The questioner says, I have a question here from Jim that I will read verbatim. Much of the mystic tradition of seeking on earth holds that belief that the individual self must be erased or obliterated, and the material world ignored for an entity to reach nirvana, as it is called, or enlightenment. What is the proper role of the individual self and its worldly activities in aiding an entity to grow more into the law of one? Ra says the proper role of the entity is, in this density, to experience all things desired, to then analyze, understand, and accept these experiences, distilling from them the love light within them. Nothing shall be overcome. That which is not needed falls away. The orientation develops due to analysis of desire. These desires become more and more distorted towards conscious application of love light as the entity furnishes itself with distilled experience. We have found it to be inappropriate in the extreme to encourage the overcoming of any desires, except to suggest the imagination rather than the carrying out in the physical plane, as you call it, of those desires not consonant with the law of one. This preserving the primal distortion of free will. The reason it is unwise to overcome is that overcoming is an unbalanced action, creating difficulties in balancing in the time-space continuum. Overcoming thus creates further environment for holding on to that which apparently has been overcome. I'm going to say all of that again. Hot damn. The reason it is unwise to overcome is that overcoming is an unbalanced action, creating difficulties in balancing in the time-space continuum. Overcoming thus creates the further environment for holding on to that which apparently has been overcome. like an addict who's released their addiction but can't let go of having released their addiction, and that's all they talk about. All things are acceptable in the proper time for each entity, and in experiencing and understanding and accepting, and then sharing with other selves, which is what we're doing right here every week. The appropriate description shall be moving away from distortions of one kind to distortions of another, which may be more consonant with the law of one. It is, shall we say, a shortcut to simply ignore or overcome any desire. It must instead be understood and accepted. This takes patience and experience which can be analyzed with care, with compassion for self and other self. Through that process, and now we're back to the writers of the book, through that process, the self accepts, forgives, and knows itself. The loving will, then, is wielded by a whole entity, conscious of its aims, mindful of the uses, which it puts the will aware of its own power. This is the will that seeks alignment with and eventually merges into the divine will, an activity which sacred texts call surrender. This final act of will is an expression of being-wide desire to work with and not against the divine order of the universe. The positive being recognizes in faith that the divine order does not need ordering or controlling by the individual will. Thank you, Lord. It needs only the open heart, acceptance, and surrender to make harmony and beauty between self and universe. Holy shit, I gotta say that one again. This final act of will is an expression of a being-wide desire to work with and not against the divine order of the universe. The positive being recognizes in faith that the divine order does not need ordering or controlling by the individual will. It needs only the open heart, acceptance, and surrender to make harmony and beauty between self and universe. A critical part of that careful welding of the will is the release of attachment to outcome. The Confederation encourages the use and strengthening of will, the attempting to give one's all and do one's best, but also the release of dedication to the outcome of the effort. For the outcome is never ultimately under conscious control. Woo! Eyes closed. Feel into everything you just heard, especially in relationship to Zori and where he's at in his journey right now. And anyone is welcome to share anything you feel about what you just heard in relationship to Zori's story. But I'm particularly interested in Marvelous and Kristen's perception. Do either of you have something to share back from that to Zori?
May thy will be done. We hear that a lot of times. And we wonder where that will comes from. Does it come from the heart? Does it come from my mind? Does it come from the past experience that you've had? In the moment where you wonder where you are, may thy will be done. But again, the question is, where is that will coming from? Is it coming from a subconscious mind, from the conscious mind? Is it coming from the pre-programming? Where do you find yourself? Are you observing the interaction with the environment? Are you defining these pre-programmed experiences of the man who's being oppressed by society, by the color of your skin, or the experience of your fathers and the fathers before them? Where are you in your will? Are you willing yourself to be here in this moment where you align yourself with the powers that be?
Amen, sister. Thank you. Kristen, do you have anything to share on that?
It's a lot of energy that's coming through. If I can offer one piece of advice, and that is to say that I have this condition or I have that condition. Don't say I am, like I am depressed or I am that, because when you say I am, you're calling in that disease or that misalignment as part of your identity. So rather than saying I have depression, it's a state of being, but you are not that state of being.
Thank you.
So that's something that's coming through for me. This was in alignment though with other texts that I'm reading, so I have other messages for that, but
Thank you, dear.
yeah.
I didn't know why I picked that particular entry, but as I was reading it this time, I could feel a whole lot of it was was for Zori, and a whole lot of it was for those of us that are going to put our will into helping him. And and the invitation, Zori, is that resistance, which I understand very well because I had it for much of my life as well, and I processed it in my stomach for 30 years, also. Um, there is an invitation, there is a possibility to use your will to let go of that chosen resistance, let go of that chosen fear, that chosen desire to separate, to distinguish yourself, to clarify yourself from that which is around you. There is an invitation to let go of that separation and become one with your circumstance, to become one with your environment. And in this passage, the word that speaks to that the most strongly is faith. Is faith. You have to have the faith. The faith in the power of your will. The faith in the universe to dance with your will. It's a tall order to believe that the universe meets us in the middle ground between our will and what everyone else calls reality, but it does. It does. All right, brother, is there anything you can share with us about that passage or anything we shared back to you?
With the resistance piece, I'm having trouble following you when you speak of just the resistance, when you say like resistance to my circumstances and my environment. I guess I need a little bit more elaboration because I'm just trying to find out what I'm resisting. I'm just drawing blanks. Like I don't have um like if you ask me what am I resisting, what are you resisting? Like I wouldn't be able to tell you because
Right.
I don't.
Right. It's not necessarily resisting now. It's resisting
Mm-hmm.
from childhood. You know,
Mm,
it's resisting the anger and the violence of your father. It's resisting the anger and
mm-hmm.
violence of the street. All
Mm-hmm.
the different choices, all those things that you defined yourself by eventually going against.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that pattern of resistance has been moving through your life. and
Mm-hmm.
and there is a release of a inner belief, a release of an inner like expectation of protection, expectation to defend,
Mm-hmm.
expectation of external pressures upon you that
Mm-hmm.
will be quintessential to your digestion relaxing enough to operate
Mm-hmm.
fully and completely. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense now. And tears are starting to come from my eyes, so I know that I resonate with that. Can you tell me, like, can you expand on that thought, on just from what you know?
And expand on the resistance piece.
Yeah.
So, even martial arts, just look at martial arts. What is it? It's the study of resistance. It's the study of conflict.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been very good at it. And it was a large part of your identity, was that
Mm-hmm.
strength and that power. And that strength and that power are based on resistance, based
Mm-hmm.
on leverage, based on power, you know? And I can feel only because my own body processed my sensitivity in similar ways, I can feel that a lot of that resistance has been held and processed in your stomach. And that where a dojo is used to practice combat, a dojo is used to practice conflict, a zendo is used to practice peace. A zendo is used to practice merging effortlessly with the systems that we're already a part of, you know? And I can feel that that effortless merging would be quite frightening to a little child that has been being attacked or undermined or stolen from or accosted in various ways their whole lives. Be hard to just sit down in the middle of the garden and lay naked, open, and comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes all the sense in the world. I definitely feel that.
All right, so you open to receiving some energy from the group?
Yeah.
Okay,
Of
perfect.
course.
Perfect. All right, so just hang out for a minute and I'm going to do a few exercises with the group. I don't need you to do any exercises tonight. We're going to do a couple exercises with the group and then we're going to go in to do some work on Zori. Okay? So, what we're going to start with, we're just going to warm up the pipes. And I want you guys to really feel into what we're doing with your will here, right? We're going to really activate your will here. And I want you to just let yourself open up and play. Remember, this is improvisation. We're just making this shit up. There's no right or wrong to any of it. And we're going to start out with just making silly sounds. We're going to go around pretty quickly. Everybody, turn your mic on. Okay, and thank you. Marvelous, give us any sound. Heather, any sound. Thank you. Kristen. Bridget. Thank you. Coretta.
Boom.
Emmy.
Ooh.
Thank you. Marvelous, give us a couple of sounds. Nice. Heather. Kristen.
Bujinara.
Thank you. Bridget.
Shutukwa.
Thank you. Coretta.
Ping.
Beautiful. Emmy.
Durga.
Beautiful. Reminder, when we're doing sounds, they're not syllables. They're just like sound effects. And I wasn't doing mine, sorry. So now we're going to do like a whole sentence of sound effects. I'll go first. Oh, Pinky's back. Marvelous. Nice. Heather. For some reason, your mic didn't pick up, but it looked awesome. Kristen.
Ushkanana hari soni hao sina hane hare hura.
Thank you. Bridget.
Ta'o sika amoko tikisa.
Beautiful. Coretta.
Boom boom bia. Boom boom bia. Boom boom bia.
Beautiful. Emmy.
Toro toro toro.
Beautiful. All right, now we're going to go around one time and we're all going to do a light language prayer for Zori. Let it be as short or as long as you want it to be. Each one of us is going to do a light language prayer for Zori. Zori, open your system and let these sounds activate parts of you you might not have even known that you had. I'll go first. De la mana kutu kutu kata ti to tomele koto u kutu tu pamanito simekale kito don polo niti singalata olefupu tu kachapananeya lato zenga forma na tu utu ka shekanate. Marvelous.
Isikera butia na kata isi, wuro kata na ka isi kutuna. Asarakatini uksa. Ketuh.
Thank you. Kristen.
Meow. Iare. Ashpanina iare. Und hanana sera.
Thank you. Heather.
Yon Yamasu, Shunoeka Palatusoe, Yandoye Mekolo Tusoe, Hikai Kusa Yamandukwe, Yamwaka
Pinky.
Hugodoes, Yamago Tukwesh, Yamangue Lapacus.
Beautiful. Thank you. Bridget.
Chulasa kamaki. Alanako anabasikitaka. Alako choshimi nanakasisiwa. Amachoko. Ekapisika anano tesebutua.
Beautiful. Thank you. Coretta.
Oh, Damian. Oh, la libatia, kia, ti. Oh, Yamina. Oh, la tia. Oh, la mitai. Jaya. Hola, Jaya. Hola, hola.
Essie.
Hola. Tumpatia. Oh, mapakatia. Mokatia tia. Oh, makatia. Oh, makatia. Oh, makatia. Ti. Oh, 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 oh,
Wow.
oh,
Thank you. Thank you, Lord.
oh,
Woo!
oh.
Emmy, sorry you got to follow that, but you know you don't got to compete. Just share your
Like,
prayer, light language. That was real.
oh. Tangantono, Tumpundro, Come Tum Henan Helgo. As I pray, come to Roho. Roho. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amen, amen, amen. I say.
Beautiful. All right, everybody. I'm going to mute everybody. Keep your eyes closed. Stay inside. We're going to go to work now. Boom. Okay, eyes closed. Sitting up straight if you can. If you're laying down, that's fine, but please don't go to sleep. We need everybody's will. So we're going to start by taking a deep inhale. And everybody, imagine your body expanding outward like a balloon. And with your exhale, imagine your body contracting and melting like butter. Inhale, expand outward like a balloon. Exhale, relax and melt like butter. Beautiful. Now begin to follow the feeling of your breath as it moves through your body. Follow the feeling of your breath as it comes in and as it comes back out. Notice that paying attention to the feeling makes the feeling stronger. Some of you are already accessing your chi or your Reiki. Beautiful. Please feel free to utilize your hands, your mudras in any way that you need to. And now we're going to focus our willpower on a tiny bright white light at the base of your spine. And you're going to inhale that bright light all the way up to your crown. And exhale that white light all the way back down to your root. Inhale this bright white light up. Exhale this white light down. Let it get a little bit brighter on each pass. Inhale, floating up. Exhale, floating down. Beautiful. Now inhale that point of white light up above your crown a few feet. And exhale that point of light all the way back down your spine to a few feet below the root. Inhale that white light all the way up into the sky. And exhale that white light all the way down into the earth. And now inhale that white light all the way up into outer space. And exhale that light all the way down into the center of the earth, the core. And then finally, we're going to inhale that point of white light all the way up, all the way through outer space, all the way to the edge of the known universe, as high as you can possibly imagine. Find yourself in your sacred space. Look around. As always, notice what your sacred space feels like. Notice if anything has changed. Interacting with anything that has changed. Taking note. taking note of all the different parts of your sacred space you have created and experienced. Feel all of the will that was required to create and utilize these spaces. Feel the divinity of this will. Now we are all going to begin to picture all 10 of us in a circle. Everyone line up all of our sacred spaces in a circle. And gently reach out your astral arms to connect the circle. Feel the will of 10 people all together, focused on a specific construct. Feel the power of this space. Now, to this circle of 10, I want you to visualize your chosen counsel above your own head. Your personal counsel is on this larger counsel. And now see each one of your colleagues holding space with their counsel above them, lending their space, their awareness, their wisdom. Feel the size and shape of this council of councils. Feel 10 times 3. All giving their attention to the same moment in space and time. Visualize this council of counsel as clearly as you can. Feel that this is your tribe. This is your collective consciousness. This is your community to tap into, to work with, to utilize for any purpose that is serving the light. This group is open to each and every one of you to use for love and light. And we are going to demonstrate how this works right now. Zori, please place yourself in the middle of this multidimensional circle. And everyone close the circle around him. And you're going to gently hold your hands up in front of you. And imagine light coming from your hands. And I want you to slowly and gently move this light over and through Zori sitting in the center of this circle. Visualize love light coming out of your hands and allow it to flow forth into our brother. And Zori, I want you to just open your heart to receive more love than you've ever felt before in your life right now. And as we all picture all of us sharing our love light with our brother, I want you to remember you have your councils above you. And I want you to picture your councils opening their hands and sharing their love light with him. All of the energy in this council of councils, in this council of one, being directed at our brother's body, mind, spirit complex. Allowing your light to gently go wherever it needs to. Some of your light might need to go to his belly. Some of your light might need to go to his heart. Some to his throat chakra. Some to help open his third eye. And definitely put some energy on opening that crown, opening that crown like a lotus flower. Visualize that crown sprouting and blossoming and opening. Everyone's mic is silenced, so if you need to activate your light language, if you need to sing, if you need to tone, let yourself do that as your hands naturally and gently go wherever they need to go, radiating, healing, pure white, love light. On this day, our unified presence reminds you of the sacred truth of your own soul. This love light reminds you of your birthright. Our love light reminds you there is nothing to fear. There is nothing to fight. There is nothing to win. You are safe. You are whole. You are perfect. You are magic. You are divine. You are divine. Breathe through your divinity right now. Breathe the energy of your source right now. Feel that it is always with you. It is always inside of you. remember you can trust this source. You can trust this energy. You are divine. You are divine. Beautiful. Now everyone visualize this love light beginning to gently swirl. Allow this energy to swirl in a counterclockwise direction. Gently swirling. Gently mixing up all of the energy in this melting pot of consciousness. Feel the unity of all light. Feel the unity of all time. Feel the connection of all awareness. Marvelous. Can you say something over Zori in this space, please?
I see you. Bright, I see you jumping up and down in perfect health, in harmony with your state of mind. I see you, and it is totally possible for all things that you desire to become through for you and your loved ones. It is very possible and it's very real for you to have the life you've desired, for desire lives within you. And that's not even something that you've imagined or you've just thought about, and it just is a fleeting moment. This is something that could be totally possible for you. Your desires are your will. You can command it, and it is so. You are a divine being. There's nothing in this world that you cannot have within what you ask for, within what's been inherited to you. You can disregard, get rid of all that stuff that's been spoken to you and about you and for you. You are now in a new era. This is a new beginning, and you are here to create whatever you want. Think about it. What you want, your will, is your command. It is your want. It is your desire. Create the life that you desire. Focus on that. As we've spoken before, the message here is very clear. There's no need to fear, for all you want is here.
Thank you, dear. Kristen, do you have anything you feel the need to share?
I have been connecting with your inner child throughout this. I'm holding him on my right side, patting his back, comforting him through the fears, playing with his hair, his little curls, and telling him he's going to be okay. Your inner child has a lot to say. This like infant that I'm holding He's felt a lot. As an empath, he absorbed a lot of this stuff. But I can see your energy swirling around. It's beautiful. And I can see it reorganizing, rearranging itself to come back into alignment, coming back into wholeness. Keep going. You're doing great.
Thank you, dear. That was a powerful visual. Does anyone else have anything they would like to share to Zori while he's in the center of the Council of Councils? Thank you all. Zori, do you have anything to say from this position? Beautiful. Beautiful. So I want everyone to take a moment and fill this beautiful being with a very clear intention. What intention do you have for him this week? Is it he is filled with energy? Is it that his stomach feels perfect? Is it that he drops back into his practice and starts communicating with his guides and his higher self in ways he never has before? What do you wish for him right now in this moment? See it inside of yourself, and then take this vision and place it inside of him. Place this vision of his highest good inside of his own field. Watch this seed be fertilized and sprout and grow. Watch his ease, his comfort, his power grow. Hold on to this vision and take a deep inhale, and we're going to chant 3 times. Deep inhale. Deep inhale. One more deep inhale. Thank you, Council of Councils. Bless this man. Bless this space. Bless this communal space. This is the beginning of what we call collective consciousness. You will no longer be limited to your own personal perspective, but you will now have access to many, many perspectives. You simply have to ask and exert the willpower to create the space for this. Visualize using your willpower in the future to combine the power of this group these counsels together to utilize for your own benefit and the good of all that is. The purpose of collective consciousness is the good of all that is. Thank yourself for contributing to this multi-dimensional experiment. And thank your collaborators for holding space with you, for choosing to use their will for light and love. Thank you. Thank you. Each and every one. Slowly and gently release your vision of this connected group of beings and come back into your own sacred space. Look around. Notice what it feels like. Notice what you see. Notice if anything has changed. Take note. Take a second to interact with anything that has changed. Remember, every single symbol you encounter in your sacred space can be utilized, can be activated. You can utilize every construct you experience to uncover more information, more wisdom, more truth. Beautiful. With your breath, follow your white ball back down into the physical universe, back down into outer space, back down to the Milky Way galaxy, all the way back down to the solar system, all the way back down to Earth, and visualize your awareness filling back up into your body, filling up your body like liquid. Beautiful. Take a deep breath. Stretch anything that needs to stretch. Wiggle anything that needs to wiggle. And gently open your eyes. Woo-wee! Mm-hmm. If that wasn't trippy as fuck. All right. We're done early tonight. We're going to go around real quick and let everybody share a little bit. Zori, if you got something to share, would love to hear from you. But if you don't have any words, that's okay too, brother. You good? Thank you for hanging out with us. And I would love it if you can listen. I would love it if you can listen to what everybody's going to share. But if you need to go, you're welcome to. Oh, go ahead, brother.
I just want to say thank you. It's really what I got right now. Just really thank you. Like I felt that energy. Thank you for it. Thank you for you. Thank you, man. Just you guys mean a lot to me. And the energy that you guys poured into me, I can feel it. I can feel all that love. It means so much to me. It really does. And maybe I might have something afterwards after I listen to everybody speak, but I just wanted to say thank you.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes, sir, brother. You're welcome. Okay, y'all, we're gonna go around, and I just want you to share anything you can about what just happened, what you saw, what you felt, um, how trippy whatever the hell Coretta just did was. Oh my God, you know, like just go around and share whatever you got. Marvelous, go ahead for us.
Thank you. That was something else. Yeah, I saw us together in outside of space and time. Everything was kind of dark, but it didn't feel scary or anything like that. It's just like like room for expansion. There's just room. It's just like an empty room, like of infinite space, and we were just there. And then we brought sorry to the middle, and it was like then it became like a forest, like really big trees, and then there was like a huge hole in the middle of his belly, and it looped around. It was like so deep, and necrotic, and we put light into it, and then it changed color, so it wasn't black anymore. It wasn't like a big black hole. It was more like golden light. But the message that I got with that was that it's just a reflection of what's happening in the world today, that you're not alone in feeling this way, and that we're not just healing you in this space. That thank you for showing up in this state of being for the collective, to feel the energy that we poured out, because it's not just about how defeated life has been, how hopeless it's felt, how powerless we felt throughout history, especially being a person of color. We're transcending that energy, and it's coming to a head. And thank you for showing up in pain, for being the reflection of that. I love you. I love you so much. You are such a divine being. Thank you for showing up and taking on that spot. That means so much for everyone. That really does mean so much for everyone on this earth and beyond that. It just does. I love you so much for that. Thank you for stepping forward and stepping in. Thank you for letting us love you here now. This is gonna be okay. This is gonna be better. This is gonna be okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Marvelous. Woo! This is why we're here, y'all. Woo! This is why we're here. Kristen, can you tell us anything you can about what you saw or felt?
Sure. So I am a PsyK practitioner, facilitator of helping people rewrite their subconscious minds. And one of the gifts I have is going into surrogation for people. So I tapped into Zori's higher self, and I had permission and commitment from him, and I helped him rewrite some beliefs that are operating in his mind. And the last one that I did, I felt the most resistance with. And that is, I unify all separate aspects of myself and come back into oneness. And my hands turned into a sword, and I was chopping away at those limiting beliefs and how it's manifesting in physical reality. And then finally, like I could feel like my gut was getting, like I felt gassy, I was belching, I was feeling some of the things that you've been experiencing. And then finally, it all just dissolved. And it's like, I am unified. I have unified all separate aspects of myself. And it was beautiful to feel that release in the energy and even the shift in the tone and the frequency. It was very, very impactful. Thank you for letting me hold your inner child, the infant version of your inner child, and just comfort him in those states of being. It was very powerful, very palpable. And I was using my crystals and I was turning them inward on me and working with the energy in the gut to move things around for you. And I also noticed in your lower back, there's some stagnation, but it's in the back over here. So like I had my hand in the front of you, which is your masculine side, and the back is our feminine side. So I was working with both of those energies as well during this process. So thank you. I've never actually done that before, and it was really powerful. So thank you.
Thank you, dear. Bridget, can you tell us anything you saw felt during that process?
I felt a lot of energy building up, and I was doing my best to send it through Reiki to him and just focusing on him and healing him and releasing him from all pain and everything else that's going on, removing all darkness. And it was very powerful. And to this moment, my crown is like open. It's like still not, sometimes it like closes at the end. I just feel like a wide opening at the top of my head right now. So it's kind of throwing me off. But yes, thank you, Zori, for coming forward, because it's, we all need help now and then. And that's what we're here for, is to help each other and grow and expand.
Amen. Thank you, sister. Heather, tell us anything you can that you saw felt during that process.
I thought it was very beautiful to have us all sending our energy to Zori in the middle there. It did feel really cool to kind of have it all connected and to really try to focus mostly on Zori and try to send the love to him. I did have a feeling of like a lot of heat and tingles when you were saying that he was a divine soul, and I could really feel how beautiful and divine he was. Beautiful gift for us, and well, not just gift, but anyway, he's I can tell he's a beautiful soul. And then just one more thing, as we were ending, I guess I could still see the light spinning around him even as we kind of broke it off. So hopefully still feeling good. Hopefully the light will continue to help.
Amen. Thank you, sister. Nice. Coretta, tell us anything you can that you saw or felt.
All I know is I want to go back up there. I like it up there. I like it up there. I have my own little, I feel like it's a little spaceship and it goes up and it's pink and white inside. I don't know what, it's really girly. It's so cute. And I'm not that girly like that, but it's really cute. And I just felt like when we connected, we were all sitting around a campfire and holding hands. And then when we put Zori in the middle and we all focused our light, that was amazing. I just spoke so many words and sung, and that was just amazing. I kept seeing a heart going through his stomach, and it was in a bright light like the sunshine. And then we did that. And then now, as we're talking and everybody's telling, I just saw all of a sudden a beaming light, like a spotlight. And then Zori has this big afro and he's singing on the mic. That's all I kept seeing. I swear, that's all I kept seeing was him singing and dancing and just enjoying it because he's feeling so much better. So Lord, this is amazing. I loved it. Loved it. So you're gonna be fine, Zori. You just got picked to be that, to have that stuff, but you got a story. You got to remember, that's what I had to make myself realize. I'm so different and I done been through so many bad things, But and everybody always say, "Oh, you just gonna be able to testify later and all that." I never liked that statement because it hurt so bad what I was going through. But
Mhm.
now I see it really is a reason I went through all that. I get to prophesize and tell other people about the shit and help them through it so they won't feel as bad as I did. So
Mm.
that's your story, and it's coming. It's gonna come out in your songs, in your words. You're speaking to other people. You got a testimony. You got a testimony. When I was little, every doggone Sunday, we had to get up and tell our testimony, what happened during the week. So guess what? You're gonna be able to tell yours, and it's gonna help a whole lot of people.
Mm.
That's it.
Thank you, sister. Testify.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. Thank you. Em, tell us anything you saw or felt.
My goodness. Just so much light and love and hope. And I was just trying to focus it in and give, bring peace to your Zori's mind and heart and gut, because I know what it's like to feel so much unrest and like anger and just pain in those places. Oh, and just really feeling the connection between everybody, and the powerful prayer that Coretta gave too. It was like I really didn't know what to do after that. That was pretty incredible. I don't know, just feel the lightness of it all, hoping for peace and feeling that love.
Beautiful.
Better.
Beautiful. Thank you, dear.
Mhm.
Thank you, dear. Um, I'm beside myself, y'all. This tonight is what this group was created for, and I knew that we were gonna do important things with information, with messages. I didn't foresee that we would end up doing multidimensional healing circles. The potential of that feels tremendous to me, and I would like for each of you to feel into when it will be your time to get in the center of the circle you just helped create. I'm so honored, and we could not have realized the purpose of this group the same way if Zori hadn't been willing to show up in his pain and discomfort, and if Zori hadn't been willing to be vulnerable and share it. We wouldn't have known. And I knew I picked that chapter for a reason, but I didn't know why. And I felt it and I saw it. And hearing how effortlessly everyone let themselves share your sounds and your light language because you were doing it for someone else. Nobody was worried about failing. Nobody was focused on themselves. You were doing it for someone else. And I want you to notice how that affected your ability to express yourself. The power of those expressions was amazing. And I seriously don't know what the fuck happened to Coretta, but that was some otherworldly shit. That was some old Negro spiritual shit. And the depth of the emotion was amazing. And the same way Zori told Heather she needs to speak that light language every day, you need to hum Negro spirituals every wade in the water. Like, I mean, wailing every day, honey. That will change your life. Dear God, thank you for sharing that. Like, that was amazing. All right, Zori, that's everybody. Do you have anything else you wanted to add?
I just want to say, man, I love you guys too. Um, it's hard for me to be on the receiving end. Um, I just kept telling myself at the beginning, like, I don't want to be the center of this. I don't want to be the focus. But but then you were talking about the resistance and, just resisting the fact that people are willing to pour their love onto me. Um, I don't know what happened in there, but I don't feel the same way I felt when I first got on this phone, on this call. And I'm just grateful that I was able to get some healing. Um, whatever you guys were doing, man, that shit was working. And I just thank you guys for allowing me to receive. It's hard for me to receive. Um, it's really easy for me to give, but to sit there and be the focus for tonight was difficult for me in a few different ways, just because I'd rather give than be in the center of things. And I just thank you guys for rocking with me and just loving on me and just, just really being supportive of my journey. And Coretta, did you know I made music? I don't remember ever like telling you I made music or you being there when SaTek told the group I made music. So yeah, you definitely have a gift of prophecy there. Just you guys are amazing. And there are certain moments in that light language where you guys were just taking me out, man. Like my body was twitching. I just thank you guys, man. I love you guys. I thank you guys. Um, I just have to let everything process and I just want to keep saying thank you. And I'm just really grateful for the energy that you guys have poured into me. Again, it's really hard for me to sit there in the center of things. And I just I can't I'm excited for the opportunity to give back what you guys gave me tonight because you guys did such a beautiful thing for me. Something I haven't felt in a really, really long time from that many people. Um, if I was a Oh man, y'all just did me a solid, man, for real. And I'm forever grateful for that love and light that you guys poured into me. Cause y'all don't know how much I needed that shit. So I
Word.
just say thank you, man.
Word, brother. All right, everybody. Like, I'm beyond beside myself. I'm so honored and I'm so proud of everyone. And I want everyone to realize y'all were a choir tonight. Y'all harmonized together, and nobody was like an expert or a beginner. Everybody was a part of the council of councils. Everybody offered their energy, their expression, and it was magical. This is hands down the best session we've ever had, and I keep saying that and feeling that way, and it's going to keep happening as long as you guys keep activating your will and you have faith. All right, y'all. I love you so much. Take this into your sleep, into your dreams. You're going to have good dreams tonight. Let us know how you feel tomorrow, Zori. Good luck if you do get to go to the doctor. I love you guys. We'll see you in the morning. Soul Stream. Love you guys. Peace. Wow.